Ryan Arzy here with Foiling Magazine. We're at AWSI and we've just linked up with Armstrong and the man himself, Armie, and he's going to walk us through some of the exciting new gear. In my hand, I have the new MA wings. This is the 1000, but there's a pretty broad range. So I'd love to hear more about it and the design and what do you recommend?
Okay, the MA foils. Wow, these things have been out a little while and we love these for winging. These are wing specific. They're just epic winging these foils in and out of the water. The top end speed range and the turning on these things crazy. You can put most of the foil out, reconnect, even aerial, sliding the wing down the waves as you're seeing some of the rippers do. So yeah, ripping in the surf, ripping turns and winging. This thing is excelling and yeah, really broad range. We've actually just launched the 475 as well at this show for the absolute shredders or bigger waves. So yeah, it's a full range and these things are going really well. We love how these are working for winging.
And it seems like they work great in other conditions as well, like for prone surfing and also downwinding. I've seen people learn how to downwind on these and having probably the speed range that they do. It's really forgiving for people learning as well in the larger sizes.
Yeah, I mean, definitely in the surf, they just turn so epically in the wave. You can just really shred on these. The downwinding, they're a little, I mean, they're not the bigger size because we've got such a big range. We've got the 1475 and 1750. They're just massive foils. So you can downwind on them, but they're not really targeted at the downwinding. These foils are all about winging. So I would say for winging right now, these are some of the best foils out there. We've got Cash Brazola just came second in Brazil on these.
Yeah, incredible.
Xavier Core absolutely shredding in Europe with the wing on these. So yeah, the MA range is all about winging.
Epic. Well, they look great. And I see you also have the new board here as well.
Yeah, well, the wingboard. So same again, these boards are dedicated for winging. New wingboard range. Right here, we got the Wing 40, so a 40-liter wingboard. And what we've done is we've pulled from our previous wingboard range, we've pulled the width in massively. So that just means these boards for takeoff. We've learned a lot from the downwind foil boards. So we've pulled the back end in, and the overall width is narrow, which just allows more waterline length, more speed for taking off on those smaller foils, makes it more easier. We've got our swept wedge nose with a bit more foam here. So that just means that the smaller boards still have stability when you're on your knees. And we're really loving this new deck grip. We've got wedges for front and rear foot on the side. So yeah, if you're not running straps, you can really find the edge of the board super easy with your toes and not fall off.
Right. And then I see you have some sort of raised foam right here on the back foot.
Yeah, that's your arch bar. We've got a nice arch. So just if you're running strapless, this pad's just epic. It's quite a lot bigger with increased the usable deck surface for your feet on these boards significantly. So there's way more room to move your feet around if you're running strapless. We've got V-straps as well available. So you can V-strap up. You got lots of strap options. So yeah.
And what size are you riding? What do you recommend for most people? I know it varies on weight.
It depends on what volume you want to do. But the big thing with these boards is they're much more compact for their volume. We've packed a bit more foam in. So you can run a slightly smaller board with the same volume. I'm loving, the 58 liter if there's breeze, or I bump up to the 80 liter if it's really light. And the 80 liter, I can almost use that instead of the downwind board for light wind. But light wind, the 80, downwind boards are still great, but these things cover just such a broad range.
And what's the volume?
I'm just going to grab one of the bigger boards out. So I'm just going to swap out this board. Yeah, sweet, man. So when you size up in the range, so here we have a 90 liter board. So yeah, if you're going up 90, we've got a 105, a 120, and a 135. These things, plenty of float, easy to get up to your feet and then up on foil. So really stable for their size with the swept wedge nose. We've got a bit of foam out here to keep your stability when you're getting going, and then really streamlined, straighter rails, right, with a narrower outline. This just helps you get up on foil. And yeah, we are stoked on how these boards are going. We've quite a lot of our carbon boxes. We've always had carbon boxes in our foil boards. It's a massive improvement over the plastic, way stiffer, way more connected to the foil. That keys into our dual carbon stringer system that goes all the way through to the deck. So yeah, these boards, we're really excited. 10 boards in the range, so a size for everyone, 34 liter up to 135. So pro up to beginner, no worries.
That's really exciting to see this. And then
maybe ask about the inserts.
Yeah, so these inserts also seem to be upgraded and be individualized.
Yeah, well, with our boards, we've always made our custom nylon inserts. So nylon's the best plastic to hold a thread for the screw. And we have an individual nylon plug for every hole. So we have a big PVC block, which is not very heavy. And that's reinforced with fiber. And then each hole has its own individual nylon block that we drill out. It's a lot more labor intensive, but it means you can have more inserts and not too much weight. So these boards are still a good weight. So yeah.
So if there's PVC around the insert, does that mean if someone uses the wrong size screw, they won't damage the foam?
Well, you want it linked, right? The PVC is a waterproof foam, so you've got a big block there. So if you do damage the hole with, somehow it's not going to leak into the board.
That's really great.
So yeah, that's why we use the PVC. So yeah, and then we've got the XPS wings. Let's grab one of those.
Oh yeah.
Stoked on these things. Phew. All right. So here we are. We've got an XPS, this is one of our smaller sizes, and these things, a ton of development on these. Frothing on how these things have come out. Have you tried one yet?
I have. It's
right.
just the colorway that stands out, but everything about it with the hybrid carbon handles, the canopy everything seems taut, and the carbon fiber battens. It seems like a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah, well, what we did was we did a lot of testing with a lot of different materials, and there's definitely pluses and minuses for all the materials, but we discovered the feel of the traditional Dacron we loved, and that's two reasons. One, it had some give, but secondarily, we could design the shape exactly as we wanted, and the shape is king. With any of these products, the shape is what makes the function work in the wind or water, and we could get a more accurate shape with these materials. It just meant that the thing went so well in the wind.
And so what sizes do these come in?
Well, we've got a whole bunch of, big range of sizes, 2.6, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.6, 5.3, 6.1. We're also doing a smaller one down, the 2.2 coming.
Nice.
So yeah, really excited, full range of wings. And the gradation between the sizes means that it really works when you step up between the sizes through the wind range. The handles, as you mentioned, hybrid carbon handles with the A-stay. Now this A-stay is a piece of webbing triangulated here that just really locks these handles in, but they're not ultra rigid. So if they bash your board or bash you, they're more forgiving than a solid handle. We just love the feel of these handles, and now we're stoked with where we got to with this wing.
And so is the XPS for everyone? This is
an all-around wing, 100%. It's not maybe designed for winning races, or will go upwind like crazy, but it's designed for everyone to get on and just feel amazing in your hands. They're light, they feel great floating through the air. They're great on the front handle, flagged out, ripping waves. They're just an epic all-around wing for everyone to get on the water and love winging.
That's epic. Well, exciting to see the new range, and of course, always beautiful colorways and scheme as well. Armie, thanks so much for having us.
Hey, man, thank you so much for coming and visiting us at the booth. And AWSI 23 Hood River. Sun's out, it's windy.
It's windy.
Let's get on the water.
Out there.
Woo.